struggling to get wins like this, and this, continue watching to find out how you can do it much easier. The first step in doing this is landing this place and this place. This will give you the best loot in the game, and it's hidden from a lot of people, so you won't be fighting early, meaning you won't die off the bat. The purpose of landing this place first is so you can get a purple weapon off the bat, so then you're not struggling looking for one. All you have to do is guess the right statue, and then the door should open, containing a rare chest, meaning you will get a purple item. Once you receive this purple item, you want to use the rift, and then you want to head over to this building. In this case, I saw a kid right here, and I realized it was an AI, so I thought, alright, it's an easy kill, I'm going to go for it. Once you make it here, you want to give your item to the door, and then the door should open. What I like to do first is go in the basement, since sometimes it has loot, and also because you can see what the fire is off the rat. So as I see here, it's 2 in the middle, 1 in the back, so then I know that for when I go into the fire room. Once you make it in the statue room, you just want to guess. I got it wrong this time, so I will get rifted out, but I'm just going to go right back in and try again. I get rifted out again, so now I'm in storm, but it's okay since I have a medkit. This time I do get it, and the door proceeds to open. Then you get a rare chest, and I opened it up and got okay gun. Once I make it in the fire room, I know the code since I went in the basement earlier. The door then proceeds to open where the rest of the rare chests are. So after that, you go in the statue room, use the rift as I did, and then just fly into zone. That was one of the worst luck I've had for the rare chest, but I did get a key, so it's worth it. Right here, I was looking for a place to go that has a rift, which is over here. But then I get shot, so I'm trying to run since I'm low HP. I hide behind this rock for a second. Then I realize this guy's gonna push, so I need to dip. So I build out and go in the house for protection. Once I'm back in the house, I decide it's not a good idea to stay, so I leave and I try and go find heals. Right here, I think it's a good idea to use minis, so I do. A reason a lot of you guys keep dying in your games is because right here you would shoot at this guy. You want to let him pass since you're not the highest HP, and he also looks like an okay player, so you don't want to push that at this instant. As soon as he passes by, I run out of there. That's another reason a lot of you guys die. You stay there, and then he comes back and finds you, and you die. This is the place I was talking about earlier with the rift. I was coming here for the gun inside, and also for the rift. I got so lucky to get a shotgun since that's the one thing I was missing. So I'm very lucky to get that, and then I decided to dip out of here to head to ring. As I'm gliding, I see this fight, and this is another place where a lot of you guys die. It's so tempting to land on there. I know I wanted to in this situation, but the smart thing to do is to dip and not fight that, so then you don't die and rage. I came over here to use my keys, and I find my favorite gun, the Mammoth Pistol. I will say the Mammoth Pistol is great for some situations in game, but once you're in the final zones of in-game, you really need the grapple gun to rotate over water. I will admit, right here was not my smartest moment. I was looking to see if I could get a slurp, and then as you just saw, I get beamed by the guy. So now I'm running away trying to get some health. I come over here and I find minis, and I pop them. I get lucky and I find 4 slab juices, and that will get me to 100. Once I get to 100, I head over to this bush because I don't want to get beamed again, and this is another reason a lot of you guys die. You'll go try and build up and hide, but then people are going to know where your location are, so go in places that are harder to find. A huge tip I can give you guys is in these zones right here, you always want to make sure you rotate early so you don't get beamed. You also want to make sure you're rotating if the other player is spamming another kid. But in game, I would say it's the opposite. You want to rotate afterwards because there's always someone that's on the other side of the zone, and that person's just going to sit back and spray. In this situation here, the reason I didn't rotate early is because I see this guy's just going to spray me like he did last time. So now I'm going to make a move for it. The reason I made a move for it right there is because I gave him a couple warning shots. I think that trade right there was worth it. I hit him a very heavy snipe, and he hit me for only 1 tick, so I think that was definitely worth it. And now he's also not going to spray me as I'm rotating. I come in this building right here, so then I don't have to use my heals, and I know there's slaps in there. I use my key on the shieldfish, and I realize I'm not going to need my Mammoth Pistol for endgame like I was talking about earlier. I see this kid gliding, and instead of running downhill where he can get a better view of me, I should have ran uphill so he wouldn't have saw me and I could have avoided this whole fight. But as you can see, we did not trade there because he got more damage, but I did hit him, so he's going to stay back for just a little longer. Now I see that he's pushing, and I decide to box up, and then I realize this is my box, and this is not a good idea, so I edit my floor down. He's down there, I get a great crack, and then what he should have done is just tried to get that pump there because I was dead. Now right here I will admit I do throw because I missed only all my pumps, but it's okay. So he's boxed up here, and So he tries to get pyramids wrapped around me, and I realize this is not a good situation to be in, because there is a third party, and that is the worst thing, because he can just AR spray my back, and then I'm dead since I don't have that many heals. So what I do here is I try and take his wall, which is going to push him out of his box, and then I try and break back in, but he edits out. So then I just heal up even more, try and get back to 100. Then I realize this isn't a good fight in to be in since there's a third party, and that guy's probably higher health than me, and he's also not the worst player. So what I do is I dip up here, try and find as much health as I can since I now have used all my health, and I get so lucky to find a big pot and slap juice. Right here I find an old capsule, which is huge because I didn't get minis from that. In this point of my mind, I'm just thinking I need to get to 500 mats for endgame, because in endgame that's when you use the most mats because you're tunneling and you're trying not to get sprayed. And that's a huge tip for you guys. Right here I'm trying to rotate on this side because I think it's going to pull next zone. And then if it does pull next zone, then they have to cross water, and so then I can just hold them in storm and hopefully kill them through the storm. Here's another tip for you guys. So I wanted to build a structure around me, but I didn't want to waste mats. So what I did is I farmed this rock to get brick, and then I realized, alright, so now I have materials and I don't have to waste anything, and I can just use this so then I won't run out of materials late game. I see this Memis over here and I grab it because a Memis is always better for late game because Storm does a lot more. So over here I was over rotating like I was saying earlier, so then they had to come to me, so then I can just hold them in Storm, so when they had to cross the water they'll die to Storm. Right here I got unlucky and the Storm pulled the opposite way, so I just decided, like I was saying earlier, rotate quick so then they won't be focused on me, and I hear them fighting right now, so that I realized this was a perfect opportunity to swim across and hide behind this mountain for protection. You can see me look at this build for a while, and I'm trying to think, is there someone in there? So I walk up, and then I see him build, because I'm like, oh my god, there is someone in there. I need to build around me to protect myself. And I see he's in storm, so I'm trying to just apply pressure, but then I get sprayed by the other guy, so that's unlucky. The guy's AI dies in storm, that's why it says that, but I see these two are fighting, so I realize this is my perfect opportunity to go into zone, so then I just box up right underneath this guy's build so he can't see me. So now that I know we're zone pulled, I wait here for them to go. Like I was saying earlier, since it's in-game, you want to push later, so then you won't get beamed, because they're going to be sitting behind, waiting to beam you, so you don't want to be the first one rotating in in-game, because you're just going to get targeted. I move over here because I realize this guy can't see me, and then I decide we got to target this guy together. So then we just start to spray him, but then a storm catches me, and I'm trying to get into zone, so then I just use my slingshotters, which is very OP, as you can tell, and I get all the way into the end of the zone. And then I use my Memis, and that's why Memis is so good in in-game. If you guys can hold the people in Storm like I do here, is the best thing to do, because them two are fighting and then also trying to move into the new ring, and you know, Storm's a 10 tick, so it's going to do a lot of damage. So all you have to do is spam, and you should get the win. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd be greatly appreciated if you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. See ya.